Today, we are ranking our top 25 prospects in Major League Baseball. This is after the trade deadline. This is after the MLB draft. It's an updated list. I don't think we've done this in quite some time. Before we get going into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to the Windup for all your baseball content. If you're listening to our podcast, link in the description, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. Drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, subscribe. It really helps us out. And of course, a big shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. All right, James, my list, I feel like it's a little chalky. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll start off at the bottom, though. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. Guys, the baseball season is in full swing. We've got playoff races coming up, which means you're going to want to be at these games to watch your favorite teams. Use our code WINDUP10 to get 10% off your next purchase of MLB tickets on SeatGeek. And if for some reason you don't want to go to a baseball game, they have tickets to the NFL season coming up, NBA is happening. There's also tickets to comedy shows, music festivals, concerts, and so much more. Of course, we have to talk about our favorite feature, SeatGeek Score. That's where they take tickets and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 to let you, the buyer, know if you're getting a good deal or not on your tickets. So when searching for tickets and you see them with a score closer to 10 with a green dot on the map, that means it's a good deal. You should definitely buy those tickets. When you see tickets with a score closer to 1 with a red or even sometimes an orange dot on the map, that means it's not a good deal. You do not need to buy those. So once again, we've got the hookup for you over here on the Windup. Use our code WINDUP10 for 10% off your next purchase of MLB tickets on SeatGeek. So click the link in the description right now to download the SeatGeek app and have our code automatically added to your account. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
No, I like starting at the top. I like going from one down.
I think that completely you have to start at the bottom. You can't start at 1. The people want to see who the top prospects are.
I think everyone knows who the top prospects are. They want to see the guys who we have like kind of more funky, more sleeper-ish.
I mean, you want to start at the top?
No, that's fine. You go. I'll take your YouTube instincts.
Yeah, you take the YouTube instincts. You gotta give the people a reason to watch 20 minutes in.
Okay, here we go. Who's your 25?
Number 25 for me, I feel like maybe you use it too. 25 is going to be my guy spot. That's going to be a guy who's probably not a top 25 prospect, but this is my guy. And of course, it's Lazaro Montes. I think he's been my top 25 every single time that we've done one of these. Every time we talk about prospects, I'm going to bring up Lazaro Montes. He is an absolute beast, and he's in AAA now. I can't believe the Mariners still won't call him up because their offense is so pitiful right now. And yes, this dude has some swing and miss issues. Maybe the plate discipline isn't the greatest. But if you were looking at sheer raw power and dudes who are going to make an impact when the ball hits the bat, Lazaro Montes is at the top of the list, and he's been smoking AAA. He's got 10 home runs in 32 games.
He's crushing AAA. I'm surprised they haven't tried that yet. I know that the Mariners, while they suck, they're also crowded, so it's hard to find the spots. They got lots of DHs and corner guys out there who aren't performing that well, even though Colt Emerson just got sent down. But Montes is your guy. He's been your guy for a while. I give you the credit for sticking your guns. Are you matching South Carolina hat and shirt?
Yes, because I'm protesting the fact that we were not ranked in the top 25 in fucking Missouri and Louisville, where that's disgusting.
I know. It's honestly insane to be an SEC team and not be ranked in the top 25. It's honestly just embarrassing.
It's disrespectful. They ranked us like, what, 12th last year to start? It's the exact same team. We're another year older. Why does Penn State get that treatment? Not South Carolina. It's bullshit.
It's a disaster that Ohio State's number 1. Just target on our backs right away. And we should be the hunter.
That's a target. That's a target.
That's a target. My number 25, again, this guy's not a top 25 prospect yet, but I think he will. Maybe he is on some list. He will be very soon. This is the next future number 1 overall prospect. This is the guy in the DSL right now who's completely lighting the world on fire. Anibal Gomez from the Kansas City Royals organization. This guy in 50 games in DSL, again, recording this mid-August, he's got 10 homers, 14 steals, 16% walk, 10% strikeout, just with all the physical tools to match, with the high-end exit velocities. He seems like the kind of guy that, again, next year, like, oh, wow, he's the 8th best prospect. And midseason next year, he's already in high A, and he's hitting well there. You're like, oh, this is the number 1 prospect in baseball. So Royals fans, something to get excited about.
Yeah, I always just get concerned with Royals prospects just because I feel like like Bobby Wood Jr. obviously rocks, but I feel like they've really, really struggled for any sort of minor league development over the last 5 years since the 2020s. It's been a little bit rough, but hey, Anibal has been looking like a beast, and the only thing I'll say is at least the exit velos are good. That's something to rely on. I feel like I've looked back at the DSL top performers in the past. There's almost no correlation. It seems like the exit velo is way more important.
Yes, the exit velos, and the only correlation's a negative correlation with guys with too much swing and miss and low contact rates, which is sadly about our boy Wandy Asian right there. But Gomez might be that level of prospect that he can just go, he can supersede all the Royal struggles of player development like Bobby Wood Jr. and potentially be a future star.
I like it. All right, should we rattle off the next, like, up to the top 20 then here for our next 4 guys?
Yes.
Sure. So I've got Rainiel Rodriguez at number 24. I've got Eric Hartman at number 23. Ethan Salas, number 22. Luis Pena, number 21.
So funny. Both have Luis Pena in the same spot. He's my number 21. 24, I have Eric Hartman. 23, my boy Josue Briseño. 2 Josue's in the top 25. 22, Eduardo Quintero.
Okay. And you said Luis Pena was number 21.
Yes.
So no Rainiel yet for you. We both had Hartman relatively in the same range.
I had Rainiel up.
I just the reason that I have him a little bit lower is one, I super give zero value to catching prospects. I don't care what anybody says. Look at the history. It takes very, very long for them to become successful at the major league level. Even if they do, the bat doesn't really ever stick to what it was in the minors. And it's such a hard position that I think at times it almost gets overrated how good these guys can be because the position's so difficult that I think the consistency is something that these guys will always lack. And Rainiel Rodriguez he's not a perfect hitter by any means.
No, he's not, but he's really a good one. I'll talk about him more because I have him higher up on my list.
That's fine. But Eric Hartman, we both had in the same range.
Yeah.
I think he was, a 19th or 20th round pick by the Braves last year or 2 years ago. Massive, massive win for them. They've been doing this thing now where they're going to pay for these guys later on. They did it with some guys in the draft this season. But Hartman, hit ball hard, run fast, just an all-around really, really good play. And you're like, damn, how did everybody miss this guy?
You know why? Cold weather prospect, right in the development. Canada guy, Alberta, unbelievable. But I think he's now basically a full-time center fielder. He had like 24 home runs as a 19-year-old in high A. He just turned 20, and he just got to double A. Bit of a rocky few weeks there, but I still very much trust him to get it together. Just a freak athlete with that kind of speed, that kind of power, that kind of swing decision data. He was good, aggressive in the zone, not too much chase at high A. He just looks like he'll be a fantastic, high-value player.
And then we both had Luis Pena here before we talk about our individual picks as well. I think Pena is like it feels like a high floor guy and maybe like not as high of a ceiling. I don't see the like big power potential with him by any means. And he kind of does do a lot of the stuff that turns me off to prospects at time, which is a ton of ground balls, doesn't pull the ball in the air very often. Those things are what he would need to get to that next level. But it seems like he's very, very good up the middle in the infield, and he makes a ton of contact.
He's also just one of these like twitchy dudes. Like when you watch him move, I'm like, oh, that's different than like the other baseball players. Like he's a dude where, again, we're gonna say this about a few of these prospects. If Luis Pena was born in the Great American South, he'd be running routes in the SEC right now, or playing cornerback. Like he moves that way.
Slot,
and like he's unbelievable slot. He'd be like too good to be a slot. He could be like Devonta Smith or something. But he's probably not as tall as Devonta Smith. He's also not as polished defensively, especially he gets compared to Made a lot, which I think is unfair for him. Because Made's a super prospect. But Pena probably, even if he wasn't sharing an organization with Made, he probably shifts to third just because he's not as fluid at short. But I think he has it.
Be second.
Yeah, he has a cannon though. He's a little bigger than second baseman.
Is Pena that big? Am I mixing him up? I thought he was like a 5'10" guy.
I thought he's a little bigger than that. I think he's also a little bit stockier than that.
Luis Pena is let's get a height on him.
He's listed 5'11", 190.
Okay, I mean that's normal size for either position.
Yeah, so he could do both there. He has the raw power, like he gets the pop, he gets the big exit velocities. He also had a scary thing with fainting this year.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That was nuts, and I think he's past it now, but it happened twice. And again, there's a lot of warm weather they're playing in down there. I think he was with Biloxi. I can't remember where that
Biloxi,
the Shuckers. I can't remember if that's the Brewers high A team or not. We did that quiz 6 months ago now, but
almost a year ago, dude.
Jeez, almost a year ago. He also hasn't gotten to the game power yet, but sometimes that also happens with players at this age. Again, he had like a topsy-turvy season. I'm trying to give more credit to the raw tools rather than poor production this year.
Yeah. And then a guy that I had in there that you didn't rank him in the top 25, Ethan Salas.
I had him higher. I'm giving him.
Nice. Okay.
I've been respecting Salas lately.
Yeah, it's the catcher thing for me. Again, the one thing that I would say that he definitely has over Rainiel Rodriguez, he is a lights-out defender, where Rodriguez does not have the glove like he does.
No, not even close. With Salas, the questions are going to be with the bat, which I guess we'll talk about when I have them ranked. I have them actually ranked very close together for very different reasons. Salas is going to walk to the major leagues. I think it'll be a defensive impact similar to what we've seen to George Lombard in the first few weeks, where you're like, oh, shit, that's different the way he feels that position.
Yeah, and then hit him ninth and hope that you get anything out of him there.
Yeah, and one day when he's 28 years old, he'll probably be a plus hitter.
He just won't be with the Padres because he's gonna hit free agency at 26.
Yeah, no. So the two guys I had here that you did not, Josue Briseño, Eduardo Quintero. Briseño, similar. He had an injury this year that's
Yeah, I
knocked
didn't
him
rank
down.
him. You like Briseño a lot. That's your guy.
He just mashes, dude. In terms of like pull ball, lift ball, hit ball hard, like he's in rarefied air as a prospect. The wrist injury this year really took him down, but he just came back for a few weeks, already up with AAA. What are you drinking? Is that coffee?
No, it's a Celsius.
That's a Celsius in a glass?
Oh yeah, this is a distinguished gentleman.
Sorry for the chaotic first 10 minutes, guys. Trying to get to the prospects here, but I got stunned by Mark drinking.
I knew that you were
gonna
have. I knew you were gonna have a reaction. That's partially why I did this.
That's unbelievable. I mean, everyone drinks Celsius like on the street when they're moving, sprinting to the next train. That's crazy.
A lot of talk for them to not pay us. This is part of the reason.
Yeah. Right? Oh my god. Yeah. Good call. Sorry, take it out. But Briseño, I just see as being an absolute like lockdown major league hitter, and I give credit. Similar to what you're saying about Montes, he's going to walk into the major leagues, even if he has to be a first baseman. He's just a fake it at catcher for a few days a week. Like he's lefty Augustin Ramirez, but he's a better catcher and he's a more polished hitter.
Dude, I wonder if they like are hoping for like Victor Martinez-ish type player.
But he's so much more like physically impressive than Victor Martinez. Ernie and I were doing a lot of Victor Martinez yapping last week.
I mean, he was a damn good ball player.
It was just like Martinez was so wrist and hands dominant, where he was that type of player. I don't think exists anymore. Like maybe these guys could be that, but Martinez was so good at nailing that ball like opposite field gap.
Well, it's kind of like Michael Brantley. Like you're never going to really find like Michael Brantleys again either coming up in the minors getting the love.
No, I wanted to talk about things like that, like new types of archetypes being built when we get to Mike Sirota, which we'll get to soonish. And then also Quintero.
Quintero's higher for me. We can talk about him.
Okay, nice, cool. I have Quintero higher.
We'll have him higher, so we'll talk about him in a second. All right, now from 20 to 16. At number 20, I've got JoJo Parker. Number 19, I've got Emil Morales. Number 18, Christian Zazueta. 17, Anthony Ianson. 16, Caleb Bonham.
Okay, nice. You had a couple of my just misses in that group, and no one else who I actually had higher. But 20, I had Anthony Ianson. 19, Gage Wood. 18, Alfredo Duno. 17, Mike Sirota. And 16, in a bit of a run of the recent draftees, who I did a lot more research for this video, Van Lackey.
Okay, yeah, so again, the catcher thing for me, part of the reason why. Like Van Lackey, I did not rank. I'm also not nearly as high on Van Lackey as other people. It's not that I don't think he will be good. It's just I think I have PTSD from ACC catchers over the last few years, getting into professional baseball.
Fair.
And absolutely shitting the bed, especially ones from Georgia Tech. But also at the same time, again, like the catching is just so much harder that I want to see what these guys do at the professional level consistently. And then even when you get to the major leagues, we've seen dynamite catchers take years. Like Shea Langoliers was a top catching prospect. It took a very long time for him.
100%.
That kind of changes my prospect feel on guys.
I think that's fair. I think that's why
And same thing
sometimes
with Duno.
sometimes I give them more credit. Duno's another one, like we said with Pena. If Duno was born in the American South,
He's unbelievable.
He'd be rushing the passer right now, and he'd be a top 10 draft prospect. He like physically is. He's so impressive that it makes me keep ranking him up, and he crushes the ball, and he makes good swing decisions.
Yes.
I feel like he doesn't get credit for being like a 6'3", 250 catcher with 50 grade speed who like at 20 years old, double A is like actually hitting.
I wonder if that speed grade is going to be adjusted as we get up and up. Because I'm going to tell you this, he's not a 50 grade speed guy. There's absolutely no way. There's zero shot. There's zero shot. But what I will say is that I like him more than Rainiel Rodriguez from a swing decision standpoint. I don't think that he's going to ever play catcher.
Duno,
yeah. I think there's almost no shot he plays catcher.
I think they think he can actually handle it.
We'll see.
Yeah. And also, like, I got this from Aram Layton. Aram does great prospect work for Just
Very
Baseball.
good.
115 max exit velocity for Duno, 109 mile per hour, 90th percentile exit velocity. That comp's very similar for the max exit velocity, like Pete Alonso and Julio Rodriguez. For the 90th percentile, like Kyle Schwarber, Munitaka Murakami. And it's high A this year was the first time he got his swing and miss in check. So again, there's going to be a lot of push and pull with Duno, but I gave catchers a lot of credit in this list. I feel like we're seeing a catcher revolution lately, and I'm just buying into it.
Yeah, you're buying into it, and I'm selling. I'm
Get out
selling
there.
the revolution. As a guy who loves catchers, I hate them as prospects. But we both had Ianson here. You had him at 20, I had him at 17. I've seen him take some drops on lists ever since he went to the Orioles organization. I think that's a load of shit. I think he's one of the best pitching prospects in all baseball. I think he's a top 5 pitching prospect in baseball at the absolute worst. The stuff is ridiculous. The splitters absolutely wipe out. He's disgusting, and I feel like the meteoric rise that we've seen, just buy into it. That's kind of where I stand with this guy watching him pitch.
Yeah, seeing guys in Double A that have two legitimate breaking balls and his fastballs added some velocity. I think it also gave some back recently, so we'll see where that winds up. But he's got good shape on the fastball, so he doesn't really need top end velocity. As long as he can touch those mid to upper 90s, that's fine. But even if he sits in the mid 90s, he will do good with the deep pitch mix and that like true cut ride fastball shape. He's just again it's hard to have rock solid pitching prospects, but he feels like one of those.
And you did not have JoJo Parker on here, right?
He was just missed for me.
Yeah, JoJo Parker hits the ball really hard, middle infield
yeah.
guy. He smokes baseball, really good swing decisions as well, gets on base a ton.
So he does the thing that scares me. Bonham has done this, but not as much recently, who also was a just miss for me. JoJo Parker does the no swing thing. And sometimes the low minors no swing thing scares me.
I think I buy that. Here's what I'll say about the no swing thing. We've seen almost every single Dodgers prospect do this recently. Yeah. Like the Dodgers seem to tell all their prospects, do not swing unless it's a pitch that you're absolutely going to destroy. And maybe, can I give you like a crazy 1,000 IQ take?
Yeah.
Maybe this is a way to inflate your prospects because if you just don't strike out and swing and miss and you only swing at the pitches that you know you are going to do damage on, in the minors, you're just going to do really well.
It also does show like an advanced hitter. Like if you're that good at pitch identification and pitch selection, because a lot of the pitches you see in the low minors, low A, where JoJo Parker was, terrible. 39% swing rate. The major league average, I think, is somewhere near 44. There was a great article years ago. Was it years ago? It was like Russell Carlton when he was still at Craig Edwards at Fangraphs, but it was basically like you should be swinging far less. And it was about the fact of, it was a lot about when we were learning more about different parts of the strike zone, the shadow, about how those are just not easy pitches to do a lot of damage with. Just let them go. If you're comfortable with the two-strike approach and like the way hitting philosophy is now, a lot of guys don't have a two-strike approach. With two strikes, you're still looking for a mistake a lot of times to hit for a home run. That's all they were looking for. Just wait for the mistake that likely is bound to happen and just off it if it doesn't.
Yeah, so I like JoJo Parker there, and again, good exit velos. You did not have Emil Morales on your top 25?
I did not.
Yep, he's another one of my guys where liked him for a while. He's a really cool story. I think he came from the Canary Islands in Spain, which is like a very, very not baseball place at all by any means, or that's at least where he's born. And he is a hit ball hard. He's going to swing and miss a ton, but the exit velos are great. Maybe not a shortstop in the future, maybe more of a third baseman. The athleticism, I think, is a little bit in question. But when I see just like a giant human being crush baseballs like he does in the Dodgers org, and he's already getting like that top 30-ish shine right now, that's going to be a top 20 guy for me. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, I dinged Morales, Bonham, and JoJo Parker for all them moving off of shortstop to third base just a little bit.
Bonham, though, that dude absolutely mashes.
Rakes.
Like, he hits so well that you're just going to find a spot for him. And I feel like the moving off of shortstop even could be like, we have our shortstop, go learn how to play a new position.
They have a few shortstops, actually, at this point. Another one who's going to be a little bit higher on my list. But Bonham, there's reports about elite bat speed in the scouting reports, elite pulled fly ball rate. Like, he also just has a bit of a hit tool concern. Like, I do wonder. It's a big, big swing.
Big cut.
Like, he's going to win with swing decisions, but I don't know if he'll ever have a plus hit tool at the major league level. So, slight concern about hit tool, defensive downgrade, even with the plus bat speed. Like, he's got to be a plus third base defender to me to be a top 25 prospect. And he's close to that, but he's not all the way there.
Ugh. You and your positional values.
I love defense. Big defense guy.
Drinking the Kool-Aid, James. Let it be known. James Shiano's drinking the Kool-Aid.
What Kool-Aid's that?
The defense Kool-Aid.
The defense Kool-Aid. We've been playing this beautiful game 150 years, damn it.
Guy would have taken Ozzie Smith over Caleb Bonham.
I mean, now, not true. It's got to be a little bit more. But did you have Sirota on yours?
Yep, Sirota was a little bit higher for me.
Okay, yeah, so I had him at 17, and then we talked about Van Lackey, but again, just seeing the exit velocities in college and the scouts being like, he's going to be a great defender. Like seeing the pop times, I saw 1.8. I saw wicked throws from like every single angle, picking guys off. I'm like, all right, you're a top 25 prospect for me.
Did you have Zazueta ranked?
I should not. He was a just miss for me as well.
Oh, I think he's so good. I can't believe you didn't have him ranked and you went Gage Wood above him.
I think Gage Wood has the same fastball, and I see more breaking ball polish.
I did not put Gage Wood, by the way, but there's also an age difference between those two.
No, for sure. I mean, one was an SEC pitcher and one was not. But like Gage Wood is he's doing everything right now. Like
he was one of my just misses.
His stats in Double A, even at 22 years old in Double A, is pretty average. I think he's getting fucked right now because he has an ERA. It's like 5, just because a lot of home runs get hit off him because he has that fastball. But that Double A league is a little bit homer friendly. I just see like the 33% strikeout, 6% walks. He's developed more pitches because it was just a fastball. Like,
yes,
I kind of thought heading into the season that he would get kind of fast track to being a playoff reliever for the Phillies. And now I'm like, don't mess with anything with this guy. Next year he's in the rotation.
It's not the same, but it's the same feel that Crochet had coming out of college, where it's like you could either just be a top reliever in baseball right now, or if they develop you, then you can turn into a really good starting pitcher. Zazueta, I'm just like, nobody gets on base against this guy. Like, his whip is under one again, like at the next level. He just dominates hitters at a very, very young age. That's why I put him up there.
He does. And he has that same fastball shape. That's amazing. But he was just missed for me. Just, I don't know. Sometimes the Dodgers prospects, I feel a little weird. I feel like they're just getting easier runs than these other guys.
They are getting easier runs than these other guys, but these are the ones that I have in here. I feel like are legit. Like when you see James Tibbs crack the top like 25, I'm like, all right, Keith Law, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah. So 15 through 11.
Yeah, hit me with your 15 through 11.
So again, I grouped a lot of these recent draftees together because I thought they were kind of razor thin at the top, and this was my chance to do a lot more learning about them. Rock Chalowski, 15. Grady Emerson, 14. Ethan Salas, 13. Walker Jenkins, 12. Raniel Rodriguez, 11.
Okay. Yeah, we're starting to all name the similar guys here. So at number 15, I had Grady Emerson. At 14, I had Eduardo Quintero. 13, Mike Sirota. 12, Sebastian Walcott. 11, Walker Jenkins.
Okay. Wow. Walker Jenkins almost exactly the same. I'd Walcott a little bit higher as well. Let's nail Quintero now because he was the lowest guy we had cumulatively.
Tools. That's everything it is. He's like learning how to play center field. I think he was originally a catching prospect in the Dodgers org, and they were like, you're way too good of an athlete to be wasted behind the dish. Go play center field. He's playing it extremely well. He runs like the wind. He's hitting the ball really, really well. And I think at the beginning of the year, he was struggling with the power specifically, and he's just completely found it, which means that they must have made a tweak to him.
And he's getting massive stolen base numbers. He makes incredible swing decisions while being another one of these low swing guys, but with very consistent bat on ball ability. He's also looks like he's starting to look a lot more physically sound. If you've seen videos of him last year, this year, like he's listed 6'1", 170, might be like 185 right now. Like he looks like yoked up, and the Dodgers they're just putting these guys in machines.
He's someone who I have no problem tabbing as a future number one prospect in Major League Baseball. I think it could be once Made, DeVries, Arias, like we know Arias graduate. I keep calling him Arias. I don't know why. Arias. Once they graduate, I think he has a clear path to number one, or at least being in that top 5 at the worst.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the only reason also I had to talk about the next guy, Sirota, over him is because Sirota has now figured out center field. He's playing legitimate center field for the greatest AA team of all time, the Tulsa Drillers, and he had it was like a 70-game on base streak. He's getting to power. He's like doing freaky stuff where I would never have considered him this high of a prospect on like the traits and tools alone, but now just watching how much he's producing at that level, it's hard not to call him. I'm 17. You have him at 12. You said.
I have him at 13. I had him one spot ahead of Quintero. It's just like higher level, doing things a little bit better. Yes, he is older, but like you run 1,000 OPS over any amount of time, and the swing decisions and, like you said, playing center field well now, that's probably a really good ball player.
No, it's unbelievable. And he's like, he's a funny, this I want to talk about before, like archetype of player now, where I feel like the 3 True Outcomes guys, when we were growing up, the last era of baseball, those were like big, lumbering corner dudes, where it's like, I feel like Adam Dunn like set the stage for 3 True Outcome guys. Then Joey Gallo started to flip the script a little bit as a very good defender. Now that we're producing a guy like Sirota, who looks like he'll be something like a 3 True Outcome at the major league level, but then play legit center field defense and be a legit athlete, that's like, I don't know, it's kind of like if you like supercharged prospect Brandon Nimmo. It's like a really unique player archetype. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more now as these teams try to develop players they can project within a really shorter range of outcomes than toolsy, hitterish kinds of dudes.
Is Sirota a true outcome guy? I thought he doesn't strike out a lot.
No, he strikes out. I mean, it's over 20% in AA with a 20% walk with the very low swings. It's like he just waits and waits and waits.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if that'll probably elevate to like 25%, slightly worse than major league average, which is no big deal. I don't care if a player strikes out, really.
Yeah, I don't care.
I think we're gonna get big power, big on base from him, and if he runs like a 250 average, I'd be impressed.
We're both at Grady Emerson here, friend of the channel, dude. That guy followed me on Instagram when he was like 15. He had a verified thing before you could buy one. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, oh my god, this guy's gonna be like the number 1 overall pick in a couple years. He's just a really, really good player, and I think with the Rays, we're going to see him get even better than he already has. The glove, he is going to stick at shortstop for his entire career. He's unbelievable at the position, and he hits the ball so damn well, too. Like, I have Rock Chalowski a little bit higher than him just because I see Troy Tulowitzki, and I can't shake it. I can't shake the feeling that there could be another Troy Tulowitzki here, but Grady Emerson very well might be the better player.
I mean, it's the classic, like the bigger bonus to the second overall pick out of high school to the safer guy number one, where Rock feels like a rock solid major leaguer. Like he's going to spit out 4 or 5 win seasons forever. But I see the comps to Dansby Swanson more, and it looks more like the way that Dansby's data looked at Vanderbilt. We'll see what happens in the minors. Where Emerson, I'm like, I think Jonathan May was like, this reminds me of Bobby Wood Jr.
Which is possible, yeah. I think it's definitely possible.
In terms of speed, power, defense, like you said, like he might just play center field right now in the minors just to be like, can you be like the best center fielder in the league as well as doing it at shortstop? He got the second biggest bonus in draft history and the biggest ever for a high schooler.
Of
like
course,
that's flying under the radar right now that he got paid that much money, number 2.
Well, I know we've had this conversation about NIL with prospects. I think he was committed to University of Texas, and that's a school that wants their baseball program to definitely get back to being like top ever. And I got to imagine that Grady Emerson, because of the social media following, because of everything, had to be one of the top NIL guys coming into college baseball, where like I think sometimes the NIL conversation with the rest of people in college baseball completely gets overblown. If you are a superstar in college baseball or going into it, that's where you'll get big money. Nobody else does.
I mean, also to the big schools like the SEC will pay up and half the ACC. Also, I like the fact his brother's one of the best prospects in baseball too.
Talented family.
That always helps. Shout out Zanesville, Ohio, baby.
That's where he's from?
Yes, where the Emersons are from.
I had no idea.
I'm 90% sure because my friend Reed's from Zanesville. He talks about it all the time. Powerhouse, hot pick. Evan White was an Ohio boy too.
Dude, he is not related to Colt Emerson.
Grady Emerson and Colt Emerson are not related.
No. I was like, what are you talking about?
Hey, I just lied to me.
Colt
Emerson's from Ohio.
He's from Grapevine, Texas.
God damn it.
That's like a Dallas suburb.
Yeah, see? Don't use AI, guys. Do not use AI. Lied to me.
Just outed yourself like that. Hey, hand up accountability. Big accountability guy, James.
100% wrong on that. To get rid of it. Texas, even better of a prospect.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you needed. Walker Jenkins we both had here. Yeah. I feel like people are sleeping on him again just because of the injury stuff. All he's ever done when he plays is absolutely dominate. He's so sick. And I think he's a 30-30 guy, it feels like, possibly at the major league level. He's such a good athlete and has crazy power.
He still has never gotten to the game power, which, again, I'm still ranking him high because I still expect it to come. There are exit velocities in his past that say it will happen, and he's still a 21-year-old in AAA.
Playing center.
That's the other thing, too, about him. And I made this mistake last year with J.J. Weatherholt where I was evaluating guys in the position they're going to play in the major leagues rather than the ones they're capable of playing, where J.J. Weatherholt is like he might be one of the 5 best, period, defenders in baseball. And I don't think Walker Jenkins will ever be that good as a corner outfielder, but him playing center field the way he's playing it this year and having the runway to play with Emmanuel Rodriguez injury at AAA, another guy who just missed my list, like he could be a major league center fielder. And with his profile as a hitter, as a solid quality major league center fielder, as a top 15 prospect.
Especially if you're going to have Buxton in the corner eventually one day while he goes into center field, then it's like he doesn't actually need to be the greatest center fielder of all time.
Let's see if Walker Jenkins is some of the bad ball data AAA this year, just trying to throw some more on here. So we still have 112 mile an hour max. We still have 106 mile per hour 90th. We still have high barrel rates. He doesn't pull the ball in the air. I guess that's what's really stopping the game power. Good swing decisions, low whiff rate. Like
just a good ball player.
It seems like it's going to be very difficult for a player like this to fail.
Yeah, especially in Minnesota in the worst fucking division in baseball in the AL Central, which is playing on easy mode.
Minnesota.
See, Twins fans hyping you up right now.
Eric Loganhagen from Fangraphs comped him to like a better Jesse Winker, which I like.
Interesting.
Like
I sometimes hate these comps. I hate that comp a lot. I think that's diminishing Walker Jenkins.
I think you forget the heights that Jesse Winker reached as a hitter, and I think the fact that he was a no defender whatsoever. So add a lot of prospect package on top of that.
I'm just saying. Sometimes I hate these.
Jesse Winker was ripping 130 WRC pluses.
I like it from a swing place. I don't like it from a total value place.
Yeah, I think Jesse Winker plus center field defense. So like 10% juice on Jesse Winker.
So not Jesse Winker then.
Jesse Winker's starting package, upgrade to the next evolution.
If only we could find a player that was like that.
It's Walker Jenkins.
Do we have anybody else in this that we have to talk about?
I had Salas here.
Okay, yeah, let's quickly talk about. Or we already talked about him, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, he's hitting better now. I still don't know when. I don't know when he ever gets like a 115 Major League WRC plus. He does have that thing that will help though, where he can pull fly balls that young guys usually can't, and he's young as shit, which is insane. But he's played
so much baseball already too, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come up this year.
They probably September, right? Probably.
Yeah, I mean Camposano is raking right now, so I don't know. Maybe that pushes them off, but like I don't know. He's such a good defender, and if he can hit enough, if he can hit more than Freddie Freeman, it's something.
All right, let's get going into our top 10.
Oh, wait, we didn't have Raniel.
Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about Raniel a little bit
Yeah.
more.
I just think he at Double-A as a 19-year-old, he's hitting as well as like Made and some of these other top prospects. DePaula, like it's not that far off from them offensive profile wise. Like to me, he's probably the second best pure offensive prospect in the league right now.
I get worried about how often he swings, plus how often he chases, and just the low walk rates already, and having like. I just think that he is not as perfect of a hitter as some people seem to describe him.
Yeah, I don't know. I see the 111 max EV at 18 years old, and I'm just like stupefied by that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be bad by him. This is not me. He's like, he just missed my list. Or he was or just at the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
I just
113 max at 19. Like he just keeps getting stronger and stronger. He just looks like he's going to be a monster hitter, and then fake it a catcher like Francisco Alvarez comp as a prospect.
yeah, okay. You could tell me there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where it is. Like he's hit Double-A was a bad couple first 2 weeks. Now he's just ripping it up again. Like he's gonna be a 21-year-old in Triple-A next year. And as a bat, like he's absolutely. I'm not gonna say he's flawless, but in terms of a power profile, he's disgustingly good.
He does have good power. There's no doubt about that.
It's crazy. All right, top 10.
Top 10. Number 10, I've got Ryan Sloan. Number 9, Eli Willits. Number 8, Seth Hernandez. Number 7, Rock Chalowski. Number 6, Theo Gillen.
Okay, super similar players here. Number 10, I had Sebastian Walcott. 9, Seth Rodriguez. 8, Theo Gillen. 7, Eli Willits. 6, Leo DeVries.
You called him Seth Rodriguez. I like that.
Sorry, Seth Hernandez.
So let's talk Walcott first because I had him at 12. You had him at 10.
Yep.
Finally back healthy. He's doing really well. He's just a third baseman. I think that's the only reason why he's like not in the top 5 because the age and the power and everything is ridiculous.
Yeah, I tried not to ding a guy who a year ago was like considered a possible number 1 overall prospect, and then just he tore his UCL. He got internal brace, now Tommy John, which I think is interesting. He still hasn't taken the field yet. He's DHing right now, so I do want to see. I'm sure they're still going to run him out there at shortstop. I'm almost positive of that, but I do want to see how it all works out, and I think he's just going no matter what, be a great hitter, and maybe fake the shortstop in his early 20s.
And then you want to talk about Seth Rodriguez?
Seth Hernandez, actually.
Oh, nice. Good catch.
But he was like built in a lab.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Out of the draft, I was like, I mean, this guy's crazy. That's not even a bold take. Everybody on the planet was like, he's probably the most talented player in this draft, arguably, just sheer tools. And the fact that he was coming out of high school throwing 101 miles an hour, and then he went to the Pirates. I feel like you might not be able to have found a better organization to be like, hey, so we've had these prospects before. This is what you're going to do, and it's going to work. And it's working.
Dude, it's also crazy that he has the upper 90s fastball, 97, like stretches to 100. Doesn't have like a great shape on it, but it doesn't matter. It's 100.
Yep.
And his pitch is weirdly the changeup. Like he throws that parachute changeup that has, without dropping his arm speed whatsoever, like a 15-mile-an-hour difference with the fastball. It doesn't even look real when he throws them back to back. Like it's really absolutely insane.
And good breakers.
Yeah, like he's had breakers. He's developed them this year. Like they're not consistent yet, and he did have a problem throwing strikes. I think he moved up to high A this year. It was still low A, but the StatCast data that we had from him in low A, when those breakers were still very raw, they each had a 40% whiff rate.
Yeah, like
he doesn't even know how to pitch yet, and no one can touch him down there.
This is a guy who's like going to be in the conversation of future Cy Young awards when he gets to the major leagues at some point.
Yeah, and again, long way to go. A lot that could still go wrong for a high school pitching prospect that's still this young, but like he's 6'4", 200 pounds. He just turned 20. Like he's a freak.
Say some of the other names in your top 10.
Gillen, Willits were the 2 other matches. I had Sloan higher, and you had DeVries higher.
Yes, I had DeVries higher. Okay, so let's talk about Willits. I'm super impressed with the steps that he's taken forward this year because he was drafted as very much like a bona fide shortstop, going to stick there forever. Great bat-to-ball skills, but the power was something that we weren't quite sure if, when, how it would develop. It's developed. So for me, you play good shortstop. You don't swing and miss as much as he does. You don't strike out. You hit for power like he's shown. Yes, a top 10 player. Shout out to the Nationals. That org has completely done a 180 since Taboni took over.
I had trouble moving him down my list. Like I was honestly thinking about him from prospect number 3, and I wound up putting him 7, which I was like, I really wish he would have been higher. But there's again, prospect without the hole. Like if you guys see all of the like the hipstery, like pure model prospect rankings that just take H level production, he sometimes flashes like a number 1 guy. It's like he's becoming like a hipster number 1 overall prospect. He also as the switch hitter, like finding loft from both sides already. I'm like, damn, like it's legitimately good.
No, he's a guy who I think, again, once the graduations happen to Made and Arias and DeVries, like I think he's got the clearest path probably to number 1 in all of baseball.
Yeah, DePaula as well.
Yeah, DePaula. But we also said Theo Gillen.
Yes.
Love him.
He's a
Love what he did.
This is why you draft high schoolers out of Texas, guys, like Grady Emerson. Texas.
He hits ball hard, runs fast, plays center field defense impeccably. There's kind of no real flaws in Theo Gillen's game, which feels insane. I'm just confident that he is going to be one of the best players in baseball at some point in his career, like value-wise.
Another guy that's twitched up. He's a mover.
Twitchy as shit.
And like, even if he's not one of the best players in baseball, I'm like, there's no doubt you like steal 30 backs, hit 30 homers, and play 6 center field defense. Like pure.
That's why I go value best player. Yeah.
Pure star package with the high on base percentage, probably low batting average, crazy athleticism. Like there's no real issues here. And he needed to add power, but I also think I'm pretty sure he had labrum surgery right around when he got drafted, right when he turned pro. So that may have just had the power come on slowly. We're seeing him pop 110 exit velocities now. Probably going to keep getting stronger off that.
Yeah, he's going to be really, really good. And then I had Rock Chalowski up here. Again, I see Troy Tulowitzki. I know you said the Dansby Swanson thing, which I think a lot of people are throwing around it's a pretty damn good floor. I'm going ceiling, and I see Troy Tulowitzki.
That's fine. I like them both.
And I think that's pretty much it in that area.
Yeah, top 5.
Top 5. Number 5, Josue DePaula. Number 4, Cade Anderson. Number 3, Franklin Arias. Number 2, Leo DeVries. Number 1, Jesus Mate.
All right, so number 5, I had Cade Anderson. Number 4, I'm going to stand on this take till it happens. Ryan Sloan, number 1 pitching prospect in baseball. Number 3, Josue DePaula. 2, I had Made. My number 1, I told you a few weeks ago, Franklin Arias.
Yeah, you did say that. I think the thing that's turned me off from Arias again, he's very, very good, obviously. He's disgusting. I have to go why I went Made over him. Arias is still not pulling the baseball nearly enough, and I think specifically when you play in Fenway, you got to pull the baseball. You cannot be a right-handed hitter who goes opposite field. You're going to get eaten alive.
I think it's just probably where his swing is at and his like timing and strength right now. I'm sure it's something that comes more so with age. And
of course.
He was pulling it at Double-A, like he was up to 45% pull. That's a nice pull rate. Like I'll definitely take that from him. I want to see what the actual pull air was right here. But to me, the difference between him and Made is that he's what I hope Made looks like next year. I know he's. Okay. I think he's a stitch older than Made because Franklin.
He's 21, I think.
You know, he's still 20. He's not 21 until November. But you think Made is still only 19.
Yeah, Made is definitely younger.
Made just plays with so much more raw athleticism, where Arias has disgusting polish already, especially as a defensive player. Where, again, similar to what we said about Lombard and potentially if Ethan Salas comes up. Look, Arias walks into the major leagues. Really, he's playing second base right now, which I don't know why they're doing that a little bit. But
I think they might like Andrew Monasterio, and they're like, can you come help us out at second base if we go make on a run?
Monasterio cannot play shortstop. Like Arias, I see him play shortstop. Like this is a nasty defensive shortstop. Like there's no stopping this guy as a defensive shortstop. And the bat was a question, and he silenced all of those questions this year by completely decimating Double-A at 20 years old.
Well, the Red Sox did the thing. You make a ton of contact, now swing the bat harder.
Yeah, they really did do that thing. They're really good at doing that thing. And like he's just, again, it's just fucking crazy right now. Like 160 WRC plus, like 20 homers, similar Ks to walks, and Double-A 20 years old that's stupid. It does not happen. And Aaron Layton also some good deep data on Arias. Average exit velocity up 5 miles per hour compared to last year.
Nice.
Hard hit rate up 20 percentage points.
Swing bat hard, everyone. Swing the bat hard. That's what you got to do.
It's just to me like there's no flaw with him as a prospect. Pull air 72nd percentile too at Double-A this year.
Okay, so maybe the AAA velo isn't necessarily more than Double-A, right?
No, but you probably are seeing more advanced breaking ball specifically because that's like the holding ground for those major league guys that are kind of stuck in quadruple A.
Yeah. Which would make a lot of sense. It's a higher caliber of pitching, not necessarily better stuff.
Yes. But again, and there's nothing wrong with Made. Made's
no,
insane.
Absolutely not. Yeah, we're not picking any holes in these guys. These guys are bona fide studs.
Made has like the highest exit velocities they've ever recorded for an 18-year-old ever.
He's insane.
And he's not like, even big. He's small as hell.
Yeah, he's doing some great. Talk about twitchy. He's the definition of twitch.
He just moves differently than other people move. So yeah, he is Jesus made. He just turned 19, so he's a full year younger than Arias. I hate looking for Jesus Made data on Twitter because you just get stuck in the wormhole, the quicksand of Christianity.
Oh, it's impossible to find anything on him.
It's him and Christian Walker. You can never find advanced data on these guys. I'm just looking at baseball right now, guys. Like I respect the Lord, but please let me get baseball stuff.
You had Ryan Sloan ahead of Cade Anderson, but that's your guy. I like you standing on your guy, Cade Anderson. I just like a little bit more. The numbers have been a little bit better coming out of the SEC. The dude only strikes people out and literally doesn't allow like any base runners. It's crazy he still hasn't been called up to the Mariners yet. Like what is the fucking trump card they're waiting for? You guys are going to miss the playoffs. What do you want to see?
I think it's going to be funny when he gets called up in between recording this and it coming out, because it seems like it's going to happen. Brian Wu has a shoulder that's barking. Bryce Miller looks terrible. Like George Kirby looks terrible. Like they have to call him up. He's so stupidly polished. I think because he went to college, he doesn't get the credit for how young he is to age to level Cade Anderson.
Yeah.
And how people who are 20, he just turned 22, 21 years old, don't do what he just did at AA, especially as a lefty with a good fastball shape, with at least slightly above average left-handed velocity, super deep pitch mix. I do question about Cade Anderson, though, that he sometimes feels to me more control over command, and that's the kind of thing that can impact you a little bit more as you move up again to the major leagues, where Sloan is just overpowering.
No,
Like
Sloan is shoving.
He's going to rip you to shreds, and he has a higher ERA than Anderson right now. But again, he's also playing the whole season at 20 in AA. He has the strikeouts and the walks are similar to Cade Anderson, and he just has that fastball that you just can't teach that. He's buzzing.
His fastball is better.
He's buzzing 97 at the top of the zone. You just can't even do anything with it. And now he's developed a slider off the splitter, and he to me is top pitching prospect in baseball still. Hipster take, but I'm going with it.
James is just he hates the left.
I mean, I actually love lefties. I'm going to be honest.
No, I know. That's why. Honestly, I think they're basically the same. I'm going to give it to the lefty.
That's what I'm saying. It's why it's hard for me to rank these guys very different, and then Seth Hernandez just like a few spots behind. Like these three as a pitching prospect trio right now are terrifyingly good.
Yeah, there's no doubt that those are the top three pitching prospects in baseball.
And then last two guys we haven't talked about yet are DePaula and
DeVries, the Dub boys.
The Dub boys, the D's.
Yeah, the boys. DePaula is ridiculous. In terms of hitting, he is going to be a superstar at the major league level. I have no doubt in it that he is going to be one of the most impactful hitters when he gets to the Dodgers in a couple years from now. That being said, I guess the fact that he doesn't play center field is maybe why I didn't put him at like 3. I put him at 5.
I put him at 3. That's why I couldn't put him at 1 because he doesn't play center field. But again, it's just because those two guys at the top are that big of freaks. Like he's the best hitting prospect in baseball. I actually don't even think that's close at all.
And he's Stephon Marbury's cousin, which I always like to mention every single time I talk about him. Let's go Knicks.
And Sebastian Telfair.
Let's go Knicks.
shout out Brooklyn.
Lincoln, I think it was.
Yeah, Coney Island. But he's just pulled fly balls. He's like that kind of player at AA where he's so much more advanced. He steals bases when he's not even that fast. Great swing decisions, low strikeouts, high walks, crazy exit velocities. Like there's 0%. I can't say 0. There's like less than a 5% chance he's not a plus hitter at the major league level.
He might be the best outfielder on the Dodgers right now.
Offensively,
he's definitely better than Kyle Tucker.
I mean, him and Pages for sure. Like he's like this is again. It's taken longer. It's not as like phenom superstar-y, but it's like Juan Soto like hitting profile.
Yeah, of course it is. If it's just the Dodgers are patient.
Yeah, they're too patient honestly right now.
And then DeVries.
Awesome, just so good.
So good. Mashing. The exit velos are incredible.
Dante.
Yeah, it's one of the best nicknames ever, El Mutante. I absolutely love him, and I think once they get to Las Vegas, that's going to be the franchise player. That's what it is.
Yeah, and he just gets dinged a tiny bit to me compared to the two guys on top because they both look like they're going to be freaks defensively, and DeVries looks like he's just going to have to be good enough to fake it at shortstop and probably eventually slide to third, where he'll be also quite good.
Yeah, he's going to be so good.
He's hitting so well. I'm really impressed that he's
got like 850 OPS, I think, at AA.
He like took the trade. When you were in a big trade like that, and we're seeing it right now with Zaire Hope, like there's a lot of pressure that gets put on you. You're getting talked about in the national media more than any 18-year-old really should ever be talked about in the national media ever. And for DeVries to take that in stride, like last year, even after the trade, he was a better hitter once he got to the A's organization. Now this year, again, holding his own AA, not like standout stuff, but not even close to being an issue. And he stole 30 bases out of nowhere. He stole 11 last year.
I know we didn't prep for this. Is there any guy right now that's like a top 100-ish guy? Just make one call that you think next time we do this will be in the top 25.
It's kind of a cop-out one, but Josuar Gonzalez in the Giants organization, he's like the next big DSL guy who's just like a crazy mover. Arjun Namala also is always like one of those guys to me. Junior Caceres in the Guards organization. You hip to Caceres?
Yeah, I know about Caceres. I'm laughing because I said name one guy. You've given me 3.
Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch. I put a bunch of honorable mentions out there. Even like Tate Southesine could go crazy by next year because he's finding more power, and that's really all he needs.
My guys I'll mention, Justin Gonzalez with the Red Sox is a freak. He's unbelievable. Boy. If he can cut down like a little bit of the swing and miss, I think that will be something that absolutely skyrockets him. And then if we're talking about like the guys playing not in this country that are really, really showing up, Francisco Renteria might be one of the most impressive prospects in all of baseball right now.
That's a good call right now. And again, just to give credit for our Mets guy, Wandy Asian, he hit the ball 116 miles per hour. He doesn't have a high
16 years old.
doesn't have a high contact rate, but he's a child who hit the ball 116 miles an hour.
Yeah, man, God, LSU would be all over him right now.
They would all be there. They would all be at the high school games watching every single one.
He'd be making some crazy money in college. But that's our top 25 prospects. Let us know in the comment section down below who we left off. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, as well as subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draft Mark. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.